That's
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Okay.
And we are live. Welcome, Facebook. Welcome, YouTube. My name is Sean Cowgill. I am a returning citizen. This week on Wings Week in Review, Wings is here live at the City Presbyterian Church in downtown Albuquerque. Well, not downtown, but Midtown Albuquerque, New Mexico. We are having our huge, gigantic yard sale, and nothing but best bargains and deals in town. Come on down. It's all underneath the description. And I have a guest with me, Jennifer Weisberg from Serenity, Mesa, New Mexico. We're going to talk recovery. It's Recovery Month, and she runs a residential drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. It's lots of help for you guys out there, especially if you're facing prison, coming out of prison. You never want to go back, so you might want to look into recovery, and we're going to talk about that today. First, and Edenfield Sweet, the founder and our chief executive officer of Wings for Life International, is here to give you an update, and I'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ann. Yes, we are at our great yard sale. If you are in Albuquerque or anywhere near this area, we are going to be here today till 3. And then tomorrow we will be here from 9 to 3. If you're going out to the State Fair Parade, we are one block just north of Central. We are right at the corner of Copper and at San Mateo. And my gosh, you got to come. We're going to show you around and show you all the stuff that we have here. We literally have thousands and thousands and thousands of items. And so if everybody paid $1 for every item that was here, I bet we'd have $5,000 to $10,000 in our pocket at the end of the day. And we still have way too many items here. So please come and join us. This has been the last couple of weeks. We've been off actually because it was Labor Day. And then, of course, on a fifth Monday, we don't meet. So we hadn't been meeting. But this Monday, let me tell you about this Monday. First of all, if you're going to the State Fair, we will be out on the State Fair. Jen, I think you'll be out there too, right?
Maybe. Yes.
Oh, probably so. Out on Main Street at the State Fairgrounds. It's senior day, and we set up tables. We'll have a wings table. Jen will have a table. We'll have our Albuquerque Celebrates Recovery table. We will have all kinds of information out there for anybody coming into our New Mexico State Fair. So first, we'll start the day early there. Then we will have our Monday night Wings for Life meeting. And this meeting is going to be very powerful. Franklin Shargell is one of our board members. He travels the world. He has written 14 books now about bullying in school and school violence. And tragically, one of our little new interns, one of her little 11-year-old daughters was beaten up at school the other afternoon by three girls, 11 years old, as fights. And so we are going to be talking about that. Franklin's going to be talking about that because we've got to stop. That's how school violence starts. It starts with the bullying, it starts with the fights, and then somebody brings a gun to school, and then it starts with the shootings. And we have got to stop this. And so please, if you can't join us in person, sign in for that one. It'll be on Zoom. It will be from 6:30 to 7:30. We have inmates that are joining us from the various prisons, and please join us for that because it doesn't matter if you live here. Franklin travels the world and came up and retired here out of New York City. So a very knowledgeable man about these issues, and the FBI are predicting that this is going to be the worst year ever for school shootings. And just hearing about this precious little 11-year-old that just happens to be the daughter of one of our new interns, it's just happened. I mean, and apparently, according to our intern, the daughter is saying there have been 2 fights every day at school since school started. So my gosh, what's going to happen here? We've got to help our kids.
Yeah,
and so that is very, very important. So a lot is always happening at Wings. This is Albuquerque Celebrates Recovery Month. I'll talk briefly with Jen about that because Sean doesn't know much about that. I'm on that team too. So Jen, since I've been doing all this talking, tell everybody about Albuquerque Celebrates Recovery and what we do.
Sure. So thank you for having me. First of all, thank you for having me on the show. Albuquerque Celebrates Recovery. There's a couple different events. Our first event was actually last Friday. It was an art show, a recovery art show, but the art is on display all month long. So it's at Casa de Cultura. which is on Central, down by the roundabout, right across the street from Robinson Park. And so stop by there. The artists have their pieces for sale, so you can go in and buy some artwork. Or just view the artwork. It was absolutely incredible. The event was beautiful. Next up is our powwow, which is next Friday, September 16th, so a week from today, and it's at Robinson Park. So it's anticipated that we'll have about 200 dancers. So it's going to be the powwow is always beautiful. I mean, it's absolutely amazing event. And it's something, if you've never experienced a powwow before, please come out. It starts at 1. It'll probably end around 8 p.m. So just stop by after work. There'll be some food trucks in the area. You can get some food and watch some beautiful dancers. And I believe there'll be some vendors there as well. So you can buy some Native American pieces while you're there. And then our big event is September 29th at Civic Plaza. And that is our big Celebrate Recovery event. We have currently about 55 tables of providers that are going to be talking about the resources that they offer. Everything from homeless shelters to treatment centers to drop-in centers to places like Wings for Life, just any type of help that you might need or that your loved one might need, you could probably find available at Albuquerque Celebrate Recovery on the 29th. So that's at Civic Plaza. It's from 10 to 2. We will have food trucks there. We'll have water and snacks available for free. Entertainment. There's a couple of live bands that are going to perform. I know Felix de los Gatos is going to be there, which if you've ever heard him perform, is amazing. So come out and listen to some music and get
T-shirts.
Yes,
we'll
t-shirts.
have our Albuquerque Celebrates T-shirts.
Everybody gets
a T-shirt
and wristbands. We have some cool new wristbands this year. So everybody gets a wristband, everybody gets a T-shirt, and a lot of great information.
Yeah. So this is the 7th year. We had 1 year during COVID. We didn't do anything. Then we had kind of a semi-live kind of virtual thing last year. But now it's going to be the full-blown, just great event. Nonprofits, for-profits, government agencies, all kinds of support agencies. You're going to learn about what Jen does here. That's so powerful. If you are in recovery or know anybody, if you've got a family member that is dealing with addiction, you don't know what to do, where to turn, come to Albuquerque Celebrate Recovery. You can go to the website, but you can also then join us at Civic Plaza because that will be a great event. And the powwow, if you haven't seen powwows, all the different pueblos come in and they dance and they've got their beautiful costumes and
drummers,
all the drummers.
Yep.
And then the next day they'll be going out to the state fairgrounds. Yeah. But we'll have the preview the night before, so you don't want to miss that. So so if there aren't any questions, I'm going to go because I'm going to let Sean and Jen talk about her wonderful program. And I will say this, that we've had your youth and we're back in person again. So if your youth ever want to come, and actually this Monday night would be a really powerful one talking about bullying. But her youth have come to our program and it's wonderful to be able to help young people and let them know that when they get out of homes and out of recovery centers, that there is a place for them to go. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to let you and Sean talk.
All right,
there you go. Thanks.
Thank you, Ann. Thanks again, Ann. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. So, Jennifer, we haven't actually had a chance to meet in person until today. I want to thank you for coming on the show. We've been kind of playing tag with our email and COVID came up and stuff, but
we've been trying to connect for a couple months now.
Yeah,
so it's nice to finally connect.
So a big part of my life is recovery. You know, I guess that's a big part of your life too.
Yeah,
that's how I'm here working for Wings for Life. That's why I'm not in prison today. That's why if I do everything I did yesterday today, I won't have to worry about that.
That's a good way to look at it.
That one day at a time.
Yep.
One day at a time. But if you succeeded yesterday, repeat it.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. That's right.
What I mean. But maybe we can talk about you're in recovery as well.
I'm not, but I lost a son to his addiction. So my son was 18 years old and he was addicted to heroin. He got addicted to prescription pills after an injury and a surgery.
So you're Al-Anon.
Yeah, I am. Yes, Nar-Anon and Al-Anon. You're exactly right. Yep, which is the family equivalent to NA
That's-
and AA.
Yeah,
So
there was Bill Wilson and Lois Wilson, and she started.
Yeah.
If you know anything,
oh, I didn't know that.
his
That
wife started.
it. I
While
didn't know
while all the men were in the kitchen, we're
Ah,
talking about their
that. She had to
alcoholism.
do her own.
Her and the other housewives were in the living room having their own meetings,
Ah.
talking about their husbands and all
Well, and there
all
is.
the pain that they went through. So.
Wow, it's a very, for those of you that that are struggling with a loved one, there is a really good Nar-Anon meeting for family members that's at the New Beginnings Church on Monday nights.
Yeah, I'm familiar
So,
with Nar-Anon as well.
Yeah, it's really good. It's sometimes if you have a loved one that's dealing with addiction, you feel alone, you feel embarrassed, you feel ashamed, you don't know if you're doing the right thing, you don't know if you're being too hard on them, if they're not being hard enough, if you're enabling them, if you're if you're just being too rough on them. A lot of times you just don't know what to do, and it helps to talk with other people that have.
Sure does.
been
And
through there.
I know addiction's really hard on the parents.
Yeah.
I had a mother and father, and I did a lot of things I'm ashamed of to my mother and my father.
Yeah.
In our 12 steps that I believe in, we have to make amends, and it's not just saying you're sorry. They've been hearing that one all. They hear that every day.
Right. They're like, oh, okay, sorry today, but then
Something.
tomorrow you're gonna be back doing the same stuff
So
again.
making real amends. Do you guys cover amends in your program?
Yeah, we do. We
You
do.
do?
And
Okay.
it's really important. Like we teach our clients. So Serenity Mesa is a youth recovery program. We provide inpatient services to youth ages 14 to 21
Okay.
who struggle with an addiction issue.
Well, those are the ages when your addiction's developing too.
Yeah. And it's really, we try and catch them when they're dabbling or when they're, they haven't, a lot of kids have been arrested or in jail, but sometimes, they come to us and their parents are like, I'm really concerned. I know they're probably using more than what they're disclosing to me. I'm finding this stuff in his bedroom, or, he's being kicked out of school or whatever. And so I know something's going on, and then we can hopefully divert them, get them back on the right track before it's too late. Because, once you turn 18, you're going to get a felony. If you keep doing the same stuff you're doing, you're going to end up in prison, and it's really difficult a lot of times to recover from that kind of stuff.
But I imagine that's the last thing a teenager when they've got their blinders on and they don't want to hear that.
Yeah, they don't want to hear their
My
parents.
brother's
tell them
been in
what to do.
prison. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
In fact, I can't wait to get there. And you get these
Right.
mixed messages. And how do you get through?
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
really hard. And our program, we meet the kids where they're at, the kids and young adults where they're at. And then we do work on accountability and really trying to have them come to terms with the things that they've done and how it's impacted other people. And so even in our program, talking about amends and repairs, if somebody does something to somebody else, like if they hurt somebody's feelings or they say something they shouldn't have, then part of our program is making amends to that person. So they kind of see that, the things that they're doing impact other people. And a lot of times they don't see that.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear about the loss of your son.
Thank you.
I'm sure
Thank
that,
you.
that must be hard. I've ran into many parents who've
Yeah.
lost their kids to alcoholism and drug addiction. And
Unfortunately, it's I know a lot. I'm part of a mom's group, and it's a pretty big group. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
it's a pretty big group, and all of our moms in our group have lost someone to either suicide or drug overdose.
I actually lost my parents to alcoholism, even though I ended up being one.
Yeah.
They both died of alcoholism. My mother was maybe 82 pounds when she died.
Oh my gosh.
She drank 5 boxes of those gallons of wine.
Wow.
That was what and we tried to take it from her and everything else, but I had my own problems. But anyways,
Yeah.
we tried everything to stop. She wasn't going to quit. And my father died too, the same thing.
Wow.
He would just drink whiskey, nothing in it, just a fifth or more of whiskey a day until he died. And so
Well,
it killed,
I think it's it's hard when you've got someone that's struggling with substance use. It's a disease. So, I mean, it really is difficult for people to stop. Like it's, sometimes it's, I hear people, I wish they would just quit. I wish it would just, be that easy. It's not that easy. And it takes a long time and a lot of different treatment centers and a lot of different programs and a lot of different supports and meetings and whatever it
Yeah.
takes.
I mean, I do AA and I've done NA. I do Cocaine Anonymous. I go now. The meetings are open back up, so I get to go in person.
Yeah.
But I had more than one bar I went to, more than one drug dealer, so I go to more than one
Yeah.
person for help.
Yeah.
And there's this Life Circle. I think that's another one.
Yeah.
I've heard of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's Celebrate Recovery.
Celebrate
And
Recovery.
I use everything I can.
There's Smart Recovery. There's a lot of options out there now, and I think you just have to find what works for you, and you can do all of them. You can try all of them.
Yeah.
Everything that's out there, and you can take a little bit from every single thing that you try,
Exactly.
and then you apply all of those or use those as tools in your toolkit, and you just go day by day. It's like you were saying earlier, one day at a time.
One day at a time. One day at a time.
Yeah.
At Wings here, we see it all the time. Family members come in and they got their son, their daughter's in prison, the husband's in prison, even the wife's in prison, the mother's in prison. And when you go to prison, you bring your whole family down with you.
Yeah.
You leave them high and dry. When you're doing drugs or you're drinking and you're running out for 3 days and where your mother isn't going to come home, if you get that call that he's in jail, you finally get to sleep that night.
Yeah,
probably,
that's
right?
true. That's exactly right.
You remember that?
Yeah, it's really sad because you actually hope that happens so that you know that they're safe.
Right.
Or you hope they're safe.
It's just so terrible. Isn't that true, though?
Yeah.
You can finally get a real night's sleep.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true.
And they're all correlated. I mean, having been to prison, 90% of people in there have an alcohol and drug problem.
Yeah.
That may not be the crime you did, but it's behind why you.
Right.
why you
Well,
did it.
yeah. And that's, we see a lot of crime in Albuquerque, and that's what's fueling it is the drug problem and access to drugs. They're cheap. Drugs are cheap.
We got a big problem in Albuquerque now with the blues and now the rainbow colored pastel.
Yeah,
Have
the
you heard of these?
fentanyl. Yep.
Maybe you can talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, fentanyl has hit our
The rainbow,
streets.
the new one,
Yep.
the candy.
They look like, they're disguising it into pastel colors. It looks like candy. So they're trying to get younger and younger people get addicted because if it's just a customer. That's all they care about is making money. The drug dealers just care about making money and they want customers and they don't care. To them, you're a dime a dozen. So if you overdose, it's, they just move on to the next person.
And I'll tell you, I'm real familiar with the federal system right now. And fentanyl, the feds do not like fentanyl. They're given 10, 20-year sentences now for personal use.
Wow.
If you get caught with it.
Yeah.
Because I have another channel, Federal Prison Talk.
Yeah.
I'm dealing with people they're on pretrial, they're getting ready, they're on bail, they're going to prison, and they're not liking fentanyl right now. So if you know anyone with a fentanyl problem, or you have one, you might want to take another look at it. You're going to get at least 10 years in federal prison now for fentanyl. It's come to that. They did it with OxyContin, crack in the 80s. Every decade, this is the new one. Fentanyl.
Right. And it killed. I mean, the thing about fentanyl is, you could buy from the same dealer, you could buy the same amount, and you don't know how much fentanyl's in there because with the way they're making it now, they're making it so that the drug dealers have no idea. Like they could sell a pill that they think has a trace amount of fentanyl and it could have a lethal dose. And then that person who has a high tolerance for fentanyl could overdose and die immediately because the amount of fentanyl in that particular pill is 100%.
And they're mixing it in ecstasy and cocaine and heroin. And if you've never tried it, what is it? 3 or 4 grains of salt can kill you if you've never had it before.
Yeah. The DEA told me recently that 3 out of 10 pills are lethal doses.
3 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
Those I don't like those odds.
Those are not good odds.
Those are not good odds.
You might as well, you're
3 out of 10. So if you go get high
Russian
10 times, the odds are you have to die.
Right.
I mean, you want to take that chance?
Right. And it's like playing Russian roulette with your life. And it's more dangerous now than ever before because it's a drug that is so powerful that even someone who's been using for many, many years and thinks that they have a pretty good tolerance can die immediately. And it's really sad. We're burying way too many people.
So what do you tell the 15-year-old girl that got bullied on TikTok by all her friends because of something she said in school? Mm-hmm. She comes home and her girlfriend say, "Here, try this rainbow candy. You don't have to worry about your TikTok." And
it'll make you feel better.
This is the kind of things teenagers are going through. How do you get these kind of issues? How do you handle this?
For me, and they would look at me as like, "Oh, you're just a mom." Of course you would say that, which I am, but it's just don't put anything in your body that you don't know what's in there, and don't turn to substances to take away the stress, the anxiety, the depression, the pain, whatever it is. I mean, there's substances that are prescribed by a doctor that will help, but if you're taking anything that's somebody has in their medicine cabinet or that somebody bought from a friend at school, you're taking your life into your own hands. And it's not the same. I mean, I'm 50 years old, and when I was in high school, it's a completely different world than now. I mean, even the marijuana that you buy these days.
Oh, the stuff I did in high school now, I don't think they could give it away now. But
right. I mean, it was like, you're talking like 30-40% pure, and now it's you're talking 80 to 100% pure. So I mean, it's not like Even the weed back then was a lot less potent than it is now. And it has, now it has more THC, and there's different ways you can get it through vapes and through, different ways of like,
and candies and gummies
Yeah.
and edibles and chocolate
Yeah.
and all. Yeah.
you can get it different ways. And so it seems, I guess, less scary, and it seems like it's okay. Like these fentanyl pills that are colored the same as candy, but it doesn't mean just because something looks safe that it is.
Yeah, they look like Skittles or something.
Yeah, it looks like Easter candy.
Oh yeah,
It looks like Easter candy. I mean, I saw pictures of it online, and there was places that were busted with hundreds of thousands of these pills, and I'm like, they're just going to infiltrate our kids, and they're going to be like, this is what you need to take the pain away. And school is hard for kids right now, and life is hard for kids right now, and that's the last thing they need, is to then add an addiction to a substance on top of all the other stuff that they have to do.
I can imagine it's just candy. That's probably how they're
It's just
looking at
candy,
it.
and it'll make me feel better. Well, yeah, it'll make you feel better for that moment, but it will ruin your life and probably end your life.
So, how long is the program now? It's just residential one.
Yeah, it's 90 days.
90 days,
So if anybody out there is interested or has a loved one that needs treatment, like I said, our age group is 14 to 21. And you can call our main number, which is 505-877-3644. We have a website, which
I can
is,
put that up there for
Okay.
you too. Let me get to that part here.
our website is healingaddictionnm.org. We take Medicaid, and
You do.
we do take Medicaid.
What was the number again? 877?
Yep, 877-3644. We're located in the South Valley of Albuquerque, but we take kids from all over the state.
Okay.
So, it doesn't matter where you live, we can take you. And
The number's on the screen there, guys. Oops.
and we don't charge a fee for our services, which is the other
That's
thing
great.
too.
That's great.
So we
You
do
said
Medicaid.
Medicaid covers
Yep.
that?
Mhm.
Okay. And it covers the whole 90 days?
Yeah.
And is there aftercare, or is there
Yep.
sober living houses, or step 2 or something after they graduate?
Yeah, we do have, if you're 18 and over, we have a transitional living program for post graduation.
Okay.
We graduate our program after 90 days. We also offer case management services and therapy services ongoing after they leave.
Okay, so that's always good, because I my audience knows I've been in a few of these drug rehabs, but I stayed on,
Yeah.
and sometimes you can work and volunteer, and they'll let you
Right.
stay another 6 months, and you're a junior counselor or something.
Right.
You
Right.
help the others out.
Yeah.
House manager, whatever they want to call
Yeah.
us, and it really did wonders for me. Unfortunately, the first program usually never works. Second one usually never works. It took 3 or 4 for me to finally
Yeah.
sink it in. Some people, you were telling me 10. I've heard
The average is 7. I mean, if
7.
you look at like statistically, the average number of rehabs a person will go to is 7, which is a lot. I mean, you think seven times. I mean, after a while, you're just kind of like, okay, here I go again.
Yeah.
Why can't I get this right? But I mean, that does show you. I mean, there's a lot. It's not just a physical addiction, but you've got the mental part of it as well, and trying to figure out, okay, now I have to deal with all the things that I did while I was under the influence and make amends and repairs. And
A lot of times, like, I don't recommend a 30-day program, but basically you just sleep and sleep it off and get healthy again,
Right.
to go out and
right,
now that you feel good, you think you can handle it.
right.
So
Well, and you lose your tolerance.
I
and
finally
it's-
did a 1-year program,
Yeah,
that
that's
intense behavior modification attack therapy,
Yeah.
but it was 1 year.
1
And,
year. That's good.
for
It's hard to
6
find
months,
programs that
yeah.
long.
no visitors, no telephone calls, no
Wow.
newspapers, no magazines, no TV, no candy, no sugar, no coffee, no nicotine, no
Wow.
cigarettes, nothing for at least 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that in New Mexico?
Berkeley, California,
Okay.
Newbridge. But I love that place now. I hate it when I got there, but
Yeah,
I
I
live
bet
it.
that's a lot.
It's what I needed, though.
When we tell the Serenity Mesa clients when they come in that they can't have their cell phone for 90 days,
Oh, yeah.
you should see the look on their faces. They're like, "What?"
What?
It's like, nope, never mind. Not going to treatment. I can't give you my cell phone. I'm attached to that thing, so I can't
Well-
even imagine if they had to give up nicotine and everything else.
Go ask one of these homeless drug addict screaming guys on the street if you can borrow their cell phone. They don't have one.
Yeah,
They're getting by without one. Is that where you want to end up?
that's
Because
true.
you know what I mean?
Well,
How-
and
if-
we
if-
tell them it's 90 days. It's like that's
It's nothing, but it is when you're there.
it seems like forever, I guess, when you're
It does
there.
seem like forever. It does seem like forever.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, do you separate since you got minors and adults, kind of all? I haven't heard of that.
Yeah.
How does that work?
We have two houses. We have a house for our male clients, and then we have a house for our female clients.
Okay.
And we separate as much as we can by under 18, over 18.
Okay.
We're not that big of a property. So what we do is if we have a lot of younger clients that are like 14, 15 years old, we keep all those in the same bedroom, and then we have the older ones in a separate bedroom. But they know, we have a really strict bullying policy. We have a really strict
teenagers can be mean.
Yeah.
That's where bullying starts.
Yep. And we have a zero tolerance policy for that kind of stuff.
Good. Now, is this a work program, or is it kind of classroom and therapy and counseling?
They can work after they've been in our program 90 days. So if they want to stay longer than 90 days, then they can work that 4th or 5th month. They can get a job, and they can take the bus, and they can be off campus. They get access to their cell phone at that point. The first 90 days is really, they're doing 9 hours a week of therapy. It's very structured, so there isn't much time to work.
Lots of writing, I imagine.
Yeah, a lot of writing, a lot of workbooks, a lot of, we do seeking safety, which is just trying to figure out how to, what are the things that led you to this in the first place, and then how do you keep yourself safe, and relapse prevention.
That's the good stuff.
Life skills. We teach budgeting. We teach how to make healthy meals. We teach how to, if you're on government assistance, how to manage your government assistance checks so you're not, spending the whole thing and not buying enough food. All of those things. We have resume writing classes, interviews. We do mock interviews.
Oh, nice.
So we do a lot.
Getting them prepared to actually, when they leave there, they can kind of function out in the world, and get a job, and
that's our goal.
Learn how to, spend that paycheck the right way.
Yeah, help them get their driver's license or their ID. We have a high school program, so they can get their high school education while they're with us, or their GED.
And so you do support 12-step meetings?
Yeah, we do. We take them to 12-step meetings two or three times a week. They go to 12-step meetings.
So then they can kind of build a support group on the outside, and
they can find a sponsor.
Are you guys into sponsorship?
Yeah, they can find a sponsor. That sponsor can visit them on Sundays, or they can have phone calls at night.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah,
that sounds like a great. I wish I would have found a program like that in the beginning. Although, like I said, the first one, it's rare. It's just so rare that somebody does one program and they're perfect for the rest of their life. It's just, I wish it wasn't the case,
and we have clients that come back a second and sometimes a third time.
Back. But the fact that they come back knowing what they've been through, so they know what to expect.
Right. They know the rules.
I went through a Project 90 a couple of times in San Mateo County. It's not Albuquerque, San Mateo, but California. Yeah. But people come through there 5, 6, 8 times. Yeah. But they keep coming back because they know the answers are there.
Right. Well, and that's, I think, they learn something every time you go to a treatment, every time you go to rehab, every time you go to a meeting, you're gonna learn something, and you can take that with you. And so eventually you'll have all these things that you've learned that you hopefully will apply every single morning when you wake up, when you get up. The structure, we provide a lot of structure and routine. They have to do chores, they have to make their own meals, they have to do their own laundry, they have to get themselves up in the morning.
Some have never done that.
Yeah. So it's like the basics, like teaching the basics, and not assuming that somebody knows like how to cook when they come in. So we teach them how to cook, or how to do laundry, or we've had kids that have broken the washing machine because they stuff everything they own.
They don't know. Yeah. What do you mean?
And then they dump a whole box of detergent. Dump the whole box of detergent and stuff it to where the lid won't even close. And they're like, okay, well, we need to do life skills on laundry.
Yeah, I guess so. Even how to wash dishes. I mean, I know when I was in rehab, people don't know how to wash dishes. They think they do.
They just rinse them and then stick them on
and move it. Yeah.
And then it's still got a film over it.
Crust all over the plate.
Yeah, gross. So true.
So what is how's your success rate? I mean, your numbers probably aren't, when I ask you what the success rate is, if you say it's 40%, I mean, nobody really knows because you don't follow them 10 years from now. Right. But what's your best answer for your success rate?
I would say it's probably 60%. I would say if I hit, just
more than half then?
Yeah, more than half. I think it's tough with fentanyl right now. Sure. We've seen a lot of our clients relapse when they leave. Right. And so what we like to tell them is, if you slip after you leave, what we like to track is, did you go into a full-blown relapse, where you went back to where you started, or did you call and seek out help? Like you screw up, you make a mistake. Did you go to a meeting? Did you call your sponsor? Did you call us? Did you try and, or did you just say, well, I used
Normally
once,
they stop going to meetings, they stop calling their sponsor. Do you have an alumni program?
We've been wanting to start one. We actually started one right before COVID, and then we had to kind of put it on hold. But
Those are good for re-ups.
yeah, we're actually starting to talk about that right now and get one where we can do
because it gives role models
monthly
for the
meetings.
people that are in there, and they can sponsor each other, and
Right.
just kind of keeps it going.
Keep it going, and keep people accountable, because I think accountability is huge when you're trying to stay sober.
The Project 90 place I was at in California, every Thursday night they have alumni meeting. The new guys are in there. Alumni come up and they do little speeches. I've got 5 years, I got 10 years. They're getting the chips, but they're also there to help the new guys that are in there and give out phone numbers and hey, you need a ride to a meeting on Tuesday, I'll pick you up.
That's
Here's my number. You need a sponsor. I'm there for you. Some of them own companies. Hey, when you get out of here, I can hire you or I can get you in where I work. And they just kind of network with each other every Thursday night. And hundreds of guys show up.
Wow.
Hundreds of guys show up. And I'm just saying
That's
you
cool.
might want to try it every night of the week, and you get your alumni to show up to show that your program works.
Right. That's true.
And it also helps them because they get to come back and talk to the new guys. And that's how it is, right? It's one addict helping another one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that giving back to the community is huge.
Yeah, right. Let's see what else. What have not we covered?
Oh gosh, I don't know. We talked about Albuquerque Celebrates Recovery.
I'm waiting for questions. Let me check the comments. There's 2 people on Facebook right now. This runs as an automatic rerun afterwards, but I'm not getting any comments. I only got 2 people on Facebook right now. Sorry about that. It's probably the middle of the day.
Everybody's at work.
Normally we're at 3:00. So.
Yeah.
But anyways, by the end of the week, it'll be 200 views usually.
Okay. Well, hopefully people come out to the yard sale. This is there's a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, guys, if you can see here, like on this screen here, so you can see, and then we have a whole nother room over there, and we have more new stuff coming tomorrow. So you see people walking around.
Well, I'm at the parade tomorrow.
Oh, there's a big parade tomorrow too.
So going right by here.
Yeah,
practically
guys.
Right on Central. So
yeah, come on down. Everything's like 50 cents. Clothes and pots and pans and toys and stuffed animals and kitchenware. 50 cents for everything. So you can't beat it, And if you don't have any money, show up. We'll still give you something, okay? Because we got to get rid of it too.
Yeah. Well, Anne's so generous. She'd give away everything.
Yeah.
She could if she didn't have a nonprofit to run.
We'll probably by 12 o'clock tomorrow, we're just going to put free on everything.
Yeah.
We spent a whole day unloading, bringing this in here. We don't want to. We don't
want to do it bad. Yeah.
We don't even have nowhere to take it to. So.
True.
Well, Jennifer, let me ask: do you have any more? How about some final words, some words of wisdom for people out there, or families, or kids, or anybody who's watching this? What would you like to say to them out there?
I guess I would like to say, like, if you're someone who's struggling with substance use, don't give up. Make that effort to try and find help, whether it's reaching out to someone you trust, going into a community center or someplace to try and find help and try and find access to resources. I think that's important, and I think it's really a scary step, but I also think it's necessary, at least to start that path of recovery. And if you have a loved one who's struggling, don't give up on them either. And
please don't give up on them.
Yeah, don't give up, and don't think that it's hopeless. And this is the way they're always going to be, because it doesn't matter how old they are. It doesn't matter how long they've been using drugs or alcohol or been on the streets or have been dealing with mental health issues. There's always hope, and you never know when that one time when they come and ask you for help is going to be the time that actually sticks.
Yeah, never give up on them. If it takes 22 chances, it takes 22 chances.
Yeah.
That 23rd one may surprise you.
Yeah, that's right. You just never know. You never know. And if they're coming to you, set your boundaries. I mean, you may not want to give them.
Do that.
You may not want to give them money. You may not want to, but you could go and take them for food, or you can, give them clothes, or you can.
I've known parents that have to chain down their TV set.
Yeah.
And, hide their money in their bra or something, or they can't just. Yeah, they can't trust their kids. So
right, but you can do other things to show your support,
do other things,
other than giving them money, and
Yeah.
you can take them take them for food or take them to the grocery store and actually buy the groceries for them, that type of thing.
Keep the receipt.
Yeah, keep the receipts. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's true though.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess that's about it. How are we doing on time here? Well, you have the floor. If there's anything else you'd like to say other than that, or are you waiting to come on the show, sir? No.
Checking out your live monitor feed.
Yeah. I'm about to go around and ask anybody in here to come on the show.
Yeah. I think you should get Ann back on.
No.
Here.
We're live on YouTube and Facebook right now. Okay. They're shy. I guess I'll thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you,
if you want to
Sean.
do it
Thanks
again
for having
sometime
me.
too,
Okay.
I got your email and stuff.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Awesome.
and anything I can
Appreciate
do for Serenity Mesa too. You know,
Okay.
if you ever need somebody to come out there and be a speaker for the kids or something.
Okay. Yeah,
I'd
that'd be
love to
great.
tell them how I messed up my life and ended up in prison, and hopefully.
Well, those
you
kind
know.
of stories are what. Oh, look, you got a volunteer. But
Ah,
those kind of stories are what make a difference. I'll reach out to you.
sure,
Thank you,
sure,
everyone.
sure.
Thank
If
you for
they ever
watching.
need a sponsor, you know. Hey, how you doing there? Come on, have a seat. What's going on? You want to be on TV? Say hi. What's your name?
Hi, my name's Santiago.
Santiago. All right. What do you want to say to people out there? You got any friends that are watching? Maybe we can let them. Got some friends at school you want to say hi to or anything? Say hi to your teacher.
Mrs. Ortiz, if you're watching this, I just want to say hi.
There you go. Oh,
Liam, if you're watching this, I just want to say hi too.
all right. You have any other brothers or sisters you want to say hi to, or uncles or aunts, or anybody out there? You're doing good. You're doing good. You got a great smile. It's okay. It's okay. What school do you go to?
What's the Eagles?
Okay. How do you like school?
School's okay.
Do you have to wear a mask?
No.
No. Good.
The day when we didn't have to wear masks, everybody on the bus was like, "We can breathe."
Yeah. And what grade are you in?
First.
First grade. All right. Great. Okay. Yeah. Wow. All right. If you want to say hello to anybody else, that's it. We're gonna end the show, but you can. I'll even step out of the way so you don't have to be shy. It's all you now. It's all your show. You're a TV star. It's your show.
Mason, if you're watching this, I just want to say hi.
You did good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay. All right, guys. That was Santiago, right?
Yes.
Okay, that was Santiago. Do we have anybody else? Otherwise, we're gonna say goodbye, and we'll catch you guys next week on our Wings Week in Review. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we will catch you next week. Thanks again.